Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Wednesday, the 25th of October, 2023. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, of course, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, surprisingly high inflation figures for the September quarter has put an interest rate hike back on the agenda for the 7 November Reserve Bank board meeting. Inflation is still running at 5.4%, well above the Reserve Bank's 2 to 3% target range. That helped push the Aussie dollar higher this afternoon, but the local share market lower. After starting solidly, the market tumbled on the Consumer Price Index data from the Bureau of Statistics. By the end of the day, it closed flat at 6,854 points. Story number 2, the Prime Minister announced more money for cheap loans and guarantees for critical minerals miners. In fact, $2 billion more. Critical minerals are the commodities essential in the transition to cleaner technology. Think copper, lithium, nickel, cobalt and rare earths. Albanese announced that the government will double the amount available under the Critical Minerals Facility to $4 billion. It's money to help projects get off the ground that are struggling to attract bank finance. It should create jobs across clean energy, manufacturing and defence supply chains. Now, China dominates the critical minerals landscape, and the US and Australia are keen to develop new supplies. Under the facility, companies can apply for loans, financial guarantees or performance and warranty bonds to help establish themselves and develop export markets. Story number 3, plenty of corporate news around. Online retailer Kogan says its sales figures returned to growth in the September quarter, despite turnover continuing to fall in annual terms. Corporate Travel Management said it would conduct an on-market buyback for $100 million worth of its shares from November 15. Long-serving Dexus CEO Darren Steinberg is stepping down after 11 years with the property fund manager. Sales at Super Retail Group have inched higher in the first quarter, but have been weighed down by the retailer's Macpac brand. Petrol and diesel supplier Ampol has reported surging earnings in the third quarter, driven in part by stronger refinery margins. And the Tabcorp board suffered a first strike at the gaming company's annual general meeting today. 34% protest vote. That's big. Actually, I better not forget Woolies either. It too came out and reported strong quarterly sales. Story number 4, Lynas Rare Earths share price jumped more than 4% after the Malaysian government said it could operate its flagship refinery, which produces key ingredients for wind turbines, electronics and military applications. This battle's been going on for a while and is the reason for a big sell-off in the company's share price. But now the Malaysian government has overturned its ban on Lynas importing and processing a crucial substance which generates low-level radioactive residue at its refinery. Lynas is the biggest supplier of rare earths outside of China, and of course this comes just as the Prime Minister announces more support for the critical mineral sector. And finally, story number 5, a couple of the Wall Street tech titans released third quarter earnings overnight. Good news at Microsoft, not so much at Alphabet, parent of Google. Sales at Microsoft have surged as the technology giant cashes in on the artificial intelligence race, in which its main rival is Google. Revenue at Microsoft jumped 13% to $57 billion. That's nearly $100 billion in revenue in just 3 months. The company claims it's making the age of AI real. Microsoft has invested in ChatGPT developer OpenAI and launched a series of AI-powered tools for its Office and Word products in recent months. Profit at the tech giant was up 27% to $22.3 billion. That's a lot of money in 3 months. At Google, revenues climbed 11% to $77 billion, and net income was almost $20 billion on the back of a recovery in digital advertising revenues. However, according to Bloomberg, its closely watched cloud division, which houses its data storage business and many of its AI efforts, missed analysts' expectations. That's it for the afternoon report for Wednesday, the 25th of October, 2023. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, X and Facebook. Join Adam Lang and I tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed, the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.